We're back for one more day of meditation. Deepak and I want to thank you for joining us on this journey to understand and deepen our spiritual connection to time. Today, we'll look toward the end of suffering as we release the chains of the clock. In my life, the means to end suffering has always been about surrender. Maybe you've noticed this in your own life. When you really want something, you become fixated on the fact that you don't have it, yet it still doesn't come. Then one day you decide, I've done all I can to make this thing happen. I'm just going to have to let that go and move on. And then, bam, that's when the universe takes over. The minute you release your tight grip on the vision appears. I believe there are no accidents. Years ago, when I was working in Baltimore, I used to drive through rich people's neighborhoods and marvel at their homes. They all had such fancy houses, and I dreamed of living in one of them. Most of those houses had gates, but what I really noticed was that they all had trees. My coworker at the Baltimore station was the richest person I'd ever met, Arlene Weiner. And one day, Arlene invited me to a party in her home. The house was big, but what I remembered most was that she had 6 trees in her yard. 6 trees. I thought, oh, rich people have trees. If I ever get some money, that's what I want. Some people want fancy pocketbooks and cars, but I was going to get those trees. Just a few years ago, I was standing in my kitchen, looking out the window, making cappuccino in the morning, and I saw those 6 trees. I was so taken aback, I actually went out on the porch to count them. And that's when it hit me. I realized I could dream the 6 trees that are outside my kitchen window, but beyond them are thousands more trees, all in my front yard. That's way more than I could ever have imagined for myself. Suddenly it clicked. I realized that I had dreamed the 6, that was as much as my mind at the time, my imagination could see. But all that there is, the forces of my life, universal energy, God, could see way beyond that number. The key is to surrender to the bigger dream that life has for you. I know I'm not living the dream because I'm special. I'm living the dream because I was obedient to the call of the dream. So, what is life's dream for you? What is the universe dreaming for you right now? So many people spend their lives hoping and wishing and desiring things. But this is what I do know for sure. You don't get what you hope for. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you believe. Surrender the dream for your life to the bigger, more divine flow that is your life. Thank you all. Let's listen to Deepak and then we'll meditate.
The value of diving into the present moment is that all past conditioning can be explored and dissolved. Our past needs no longer define who we are, including our genes, history, family, habits, and beliefs. Finding a way to be free can feel isolating because society doesn't reward us for becoming more self-aware. Yet it is only natural to want to escape pain and suffering. Millions of people seek some form of healing from a host of problems and disorders. When you express a desire to create a meditation practice, many of you want relief from stress or insomnia, persistent anxiety or depression, and other sources of suffering. The world's wisdom traditions trace suffering back to the state of separation, which is a mental conception we impose on our raw life experience. Healing means overcoming the false idea that we are separate from each other and from the objects of our experience. In regaining our identity as timeless beings, resting in present awareness, we find freedom and healing. Physical pain isn't the same as suffering. Suffering is distorted consciousness, born of self-judgment. When you see yourself as limited, overwhelmed by larger forces, at odds with other people, and engaged in struggle, you're not seeing the true reality. The end of suffering arrives when we reclaim our true identity. Once self-judgment is gone, freedom from the external problems of time, such as deadlines and time sickness, even aging and death, is found here and now. Behind the mask of the time-bound world and the time-bound self exists this immense possibility to escape from time and regain eternity. The fact that such a possibility exists is both miraculous and ordinary. Today can unfold for you like every other day, filled with events. Or the way you experience time today can be what it has never appeared to be, a portal to the eternal now. When you look at the world and its endless turbulence, there is a deep hunger for peace and healing. Now we know that this peace and healing is always present and available in every moment of our awareness. To imagine a world at peace is to imagine human beings who have claimed their status as timeless beings. In our journey together, I see all of us as a force for healing, born in your perception of the present moment. As we prepare to meditate together, let's take a moment to consider our centering thought. My vision of healing is the end of suffering. My vision of healing is the end of suffering. Now let's prepare for our meditation. Make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Begin to be aware of your breath and just breathe slowly and deeply. With each breath, allow yourself to become more deeply relaxed. Now, gently introduce the mantra, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. This mantra means, my individual existence encompasses the wholeness of creation. My deepest personal reality contains cosmic reality. My inner consciousness is universal consciousness. Repeat it silently to yourself. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. With each repetition, feel your body, mind and spirit open into an expanded state of awareness. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, noises or physical sensations, simply return your attention to silently repeating the mantra. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time and you'll hear a soft bell at the beginning and end of the meditation. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. It's time to release the mantra. Continue to sit restfully, inhaling and exhaling slowly. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, contemplate the centering thought. My vision of healing is the end of suffering. My vision of healing is the end of suffering. Namaste.